Hi guys, welcome to my first ever video. I've tried to film this a few times, so if you're seeing this, this is the first one. Hello! My name is Sarah. I love everything to do with makeup. I love skincare products, makeup products of any kind. I love color stories. I'm a makeup collector. I love a good packaging moment. I love how makeup makes me feel. I'm just really into playing around and having fun with makeup. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this channel. I have a lot of ideas for what I can do here. I'm gonna try to put tips and tricks and little things for beginners to intermediate. Maybe we'll get into some hard, crazy things. I do some fun looks, but a lot of the looks I do are pretty wearable. This is just something I really like to do, and I hope that you like to watch. So if that sounds like a good time, grab your makeup, do it with me, keep watching. So I like to start just by pulling my hair back out of my face. I also usually put on some chapstick. So this one that I'm using, Milk Makeup Kush Lip Balm. I really like this one. I'm not sure that it's the most moisturizing chapstick I've ever used, but I don't love my chapstick to be too slippery, so I do really like this one. And I just put it on while I'm doing my makeup. I literally have no plan at all. My plan is really just to use products that I like and do a pretty simple look. So first we're gonna prime. One of my favorite primers is the Bare Minerals Prime Time. It's a smoothing primer. I have gaping holes for pores, so I like to use some sort of smoothing primer. This one's one of my favorites. So I just put it on all over my face, but I really focus it on the parts of my face that have the biggest pores. That's my nose, right here on my cheeks, and right here on my forehead. I do typically do all my priming at one time, so I usually do my eye primer right now. Since we're doing my favorite products, I'll just continue with my favorite eye primers. It is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I've used different colors. I also have Eden in here. This one's my favorite, just the clear one. I just kind of swipe it everywhere. You don't have to be precise at all, but I do like to blend with a brush, so I typically just take a brush and rub that in. I feel like everyone is different on whether or not they go in first doing their eyes or their brows or their base, so I always go in with my base. Even if I'm doing a crazy makeup look, I typically do my base first. That's just how I like to do it, but whatever you like to do, there is no right or wrong. I'm also so annoying. I always mix my foundations. There's truly only one foundation I've ever found that has my actual undertone. I would say that my undertone is cool and also a little more rosy than it is yellow. I've been matched a million times and everyone always says I have a neutral undertone, but I think that foundations with a golden undertone really stand out and make it look like I'm wearing makeup, so the rosy ones tend to look better. My tried and true foundation, surprisingly a Clinique foundation. So this was the first foundation I ever used, like legitimate foundation. My mom took me to the beauty counter and we picked this one out. We picked this one out because I had acne, so it's the Acne Solutions one. And I wear, it depends on the season, but I wear O2 Fresh Ivory most of the time. I saw that it was like on sale recently. I'm really, if this is discontinued, I don't know what I will do with my life, because honestly, it's like my favorite foundation. I can never go wrong with it. My other favorite foundation is actually this Lancome one. It's the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I'm probably saying that wrong. And I wear the color 220 Buff C. So I just do truly a little bit of both of those. And then my newest love is this Glow Lust by Auric. So it's super new, just came out. One of my favorite YouTubers, this is her brand that she just created. And I wear the color Selenite. It's like in between a foundation and a highlight, but I just take one little pump of that. And then I really like to sheer out my foundation. So I typically will take, I know some people do it with like a moisturizer. I will do the Smash Smashbox Primerizer. I have had this one forever. It's like really on its last leg. But I typically do like a pump or two of that to mix into my foundation so that it kind of shears out and it looks less makeup-y. And all I'm doing to mix that together, I hope this doesn't run anywhere, but I use this glass palette. I got it off of Amazon for like 10 bucks. It's just like a little glass mixing palette. And so then I just mix it. And then I always use a beauty blender. I like this Real Techniques. It's a velvety one. I can't remember what it's called. I threw away the packaging, so I don't remember, but I do really like this one. I would compare it to the Juno & Co. one, the blue velvet sponge if you use that one. But I also like the Real Techniques, just the regular orange one, or a beauty blender of some kind. Doesn't really matter. And I just dab that onto my face. And I usually focus this along the perimeters of my face because I will be putting concealer in the center. I want my skin to look like skin, you know? Typically. There are definitely days that I want to have like a full beat face. So no shame at all if that's what you want. But typically on a day-to-day basis, I want my skin to look like skin. So next, concealer. I love a lot of concealers. I just recently decluttered a ton. So this is my bin of concealers right now. I will show you that this used to be my absolute favorite concealer. It was the best. It was the best. There's nothing that compares. So this was my favorite. They discontinued it, Urban Decay. Why would you do that to me? But they did. So I won't use that one. But they came out with one. I think it's that concealer reformulated, but it's the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. And I wear the shade 50 NP. I will say this is a little too deep for me. This was the first color that I purchased and I still have it. It was more of a recent purchase. So next time I probably will go to a lighter concealer. So I just take that under my eyes, in between my brows, down my nose. My nose like rejects foundation. So I typically do like take it right here on my nose, put some on my chin. I do notice a few blemishes that didn't get covered. So I do a pretty thin layer of base. So then if I have any spot concealing I want to do, my favorite is this Tarte Clay Stick. I use the shade Light. This one was also on sale today, I noticed on Sephora, so I swear, yeah, I really hope they don't discontinue this, but if I see any like spots I need to cover up, I'll come in here and just do that. And then I just blend this out. So definitely watching this back while I'm editing, this concealer is way too dark for me. So noted, I'll fix that. And I don't love powder. I wish I could be one of those girls that never powdered and just had flawless foundation all day. I just don't. My face is pretty dry, but I do get oil in my T-zone that will then break apart makeup. So I do typically set my under eye, my nose, and around my mouth. This is my all-time favorite powder, the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. I use the translucent one. I really try to put not that much on, so I'll take a brush like this. This is a Morphe E48. I use kind of any brush this size, and I just set directly underneath my eye. I get pretty bad creases. If you have any tips, let me know. I cannot seem to get them to go away, so. And then I do set between my eyebrows, just right there. And I will typically powder the bottom of my nose and my smile lines. Sometimes, especially if I think I'm going to be wearing a mask, I will powder along here, kind of where a lot of people tend to bake. And sometimes I powder more than that. I will powder my whole face if I have to wear makeup for 8+ hours. If I'm probably not gonna be wearing makeup that long, I don't powder that much. We're in the dead of winter right now. It is like -15 outside right now, middle of February, but I am loving cream products. I cannot stop using them. I also have quite a few. This whole bin is full of the cream products that I use, so I want to use them up before they go bad. So I've been trying. I really love this bronzer. This is from Tarte. It is the cream bronzer and in the shade Breezy. This is the shade. It's a super cute little compact here. So I actually just use my sponge. I use my sponge for just about every cream product. So I probably won't be using a ton of brushes today, but so I just take it like quite a bit on my sponge like that, and then I will contour, bronze the perimeters of my face. So I usually start right here, and I do focus it more towards my hairline. I feel like some people can be intimidated by bronzing or contouring because they don't think they know how to do it, but I will, like, honestly, you put it right here at the top of your cheekbone and don't pull it down too far. As long as you keep it up near the sides of your face, it's gonna look fine. Do take a little bit and I put it on the sides of my nose, and then I do typically take it along my jawline, the bottom. So I start back here and I bring it around. It looks so silly, but I promise you it makes a difference, and it'll make you feel better about not having a line there, a visible line. I definitely should have waited to put necklaces on, but I don't know if anyone can tell by my nails. I did them myself, so don't judge, please. It's close to Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so I do really want to just do a fun blushy look. That's been my favorite thing to do recently, is just put on quite a bit of blush. I'm going to mix 2 cream products, liquid products. These are Flower Beauty blush bombs. They are so good, and you need so little product. I really, really like them. I'll even show you. I mix them together on the glass palette again. So I take a little bit. I do want more of this color, but I think this color will go better with what I'm wearing. So I'm going to mix them, kind of shear this one out. Ooh, that was too much. Oh, and this color is called Melon, and then this one is Nectar. This is how much product, and this is too much. I will take it. I like have a stain on my sponge from where I typically put my blush. So I take just a tiny bit. I'll dab it and then dab over here so it's not too intense. And then I just boop. And you can put your blush anywhere you want. I know some people don't like blush at all, and that's totally fine. I love blush, so I put it everywhere. I put it across my nose like that, and I blend that out. I put it on, I like it on the apples of my cheeks. I do also like the look where you pull it up. If you put it up here, it'll make your face look skinnier. I like it on the apples of my cheeks. It's a little more cutesy, but I've been loving it recently, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I did not use that much, so I literally have more product left over than I put on my face. Tiniest bit of those flower blushes, but they're so good. I am still on the hunt for a really good cream highlight. I will take some of the Auric sometimes and also put it on as a highlight, but today I want something a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go with a ColourPop highlighter. I actually really love ColourPop. I love a lot of their products. They're super cheap, super affordable. This is the Super Shock highlighter. This is what it looks like. It's called On the Cusp. I believe this was a collab with Kathleen Lights, and I'm not sure if it's still around. I'm so sorry if it's not. There are a ton of ColourPop highlighters that look just like this. Like, I swear, I love them so much. I love ColourPop, but they do, I feel like, take basically the same products and re-release them all the time. It's kind of pinky. It's got like a pinky tint to it, but it's more reflective than anything. So I just put it on the high points of my cheek. I actually will take that up under my brow as well. This way it kind of melts in with your eye makeup. I learned this trick from Rihanna's makeup artist, and I can't remember who she was doing makeup on, but she says that when she takes the highlight, so instead of looking like a strip on your face, to make it look more like a glow, you should take it from your brow to your cheekbone and kind of do a motion like this. I've been doing it ever since, and I just think it looks so much more natural. It looks like a natural shine compared to just like stripes on your cheeks. And then I also try to take it on the tip of my nose. Some people love this, some people hate it. I love it, I think it's super cute. And then I take it across the bridge of my nose. I just recently learned like how to actually do this. And so I will take it pretty wide. I've got a wider nose, so to look natural I have to take it from the side to the side and the other side. And then I forgot Cupid's bow. Depending on how I feel, I will take it like right above my brows. So I powdered in between my brows, but right above the brow, if it's subtle enough and it hits the light, it makes your skin look like skin. And I know I keep saying that, but I was looking back on pictures of myself from high school and college, and while I think I've always known how to do makeup to a certain extent, I think that I used to cake it on, which is totally fine. I loved it. I had a lot of fun doing it, but now I like to spend more time on my skin and making sure my skin looks nice, rather than spending a ton of time doing crazy eyeshadow. So I'm not going to do crazy eyeshadow today, but I think that eyeshadow doesn't have to be crazy to look awesome, and you like truly don't have to have the craziest makeup to feel really good. The next thing I do are my brows. So I have this really faded tube of my brow gel. This is very loved, as you can tell. This is what it is. I have a backup handy. This one it's the Gimme Brow, and I believe is the shade 5. It says 5 right here. That's the shade I use, and I really I start on the last half of my brows. So that's when the most pigment is gonna come out of any brow gel. I use a super dark one. It might be the darkest shade they have. It's like a cool brown, but it's not black. I will take it the back half of my brows. If you get like a big chunk like that, don't worry about it. You'll be able to smooth it out. And then I slowly drag it to the front once it's got less pigment on the brush. So I just follow the shape of my brow. I don't usually try to change the shape too much. This is what they look like just after brow gel. I rarely keep it like this though. I do still continue to fill them in and shape them just a little bit more. So it depends on what kind of brow I'm feeling. I'm really loving this Hourglass Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil in dark brunette. It is way too expensive. I got it in a BoxyCharm, so I didn't actually pay full price for it. So the tip is actually like an oval, if you can tell from this at all. It helps you like draw brow hairs in. On any other day, I use the e.l.f. one. It's like $2 legitimately. And this one is deep brown. And so I start off at this part of my brow, and I will just flick up. Or this color is Arch. This brow is much more naturally defined than this one is, so I will usually take it across the top of my brow and the bottom. So I will take, I don't know if you can even see. Once I get to about here, I start drawing hairs this way. I know tons of YouTubers don't do their brows on camera because they think that they're routines are too long or whatever, but I do think it's super beneficial to watch someone do their brows and also acknowledge that like they're hard to do if you're doing any kind of like structured brow look. So I normally fill them in to about here on each side, and then I switch to a darker color. So then I take this ColourPop eyebrow pencil in black and brown. It's super thin, and then I just do my tail with this color. I do a more structured brow. I think because of my hair being so dark, it looks the best. Occasionally I will pull this up if I'm missing some hairs and fill those in. And I take my tail out pretty far. I bring it out pretty far. Okay, so I think I like what the brows are doing. I was originally thinking a pinky look, but I think I'm going to keep it super neutral, and I'm going to use this ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. I do love this palette. I even have the bronzer too. I like that a lot as well. As you can see, it's getting pretty loved on. I'm going to take, this is my absolute favorite crease brush. It is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush, the JH30. It is a lot like this would be a typical crease brush. This is a Morphe E27. I have a lot of Morphe brushes. They just make sense for me to have. They're cheap and they're reliable brushes. I do really like them. And then this is the Jaclyn Hill one. And if you can see, it's like much fluffier. So I always like start out with this one and typically go to that one next. So I'm going to start out in this shade Coolata. I'm trying to keep, with the gray and brown in this sweater, I'm trying to keep cool brown look and then go into my crease. When I'm going into my crease, I actually pull it up like almost into my brow. When I'm blending it out, I really only leave like a very small space between my brow and the shadow, and that is where we put the highlighter earlier. And I'm also going to put that shade on my lower lash line, so I'm taking a smaller brush. This is a Morphe E18, the same shade we were using, and I just run it underneath on my lower lash line. I never used to put shadow down here, and then I just did one day. My sister was like, you should put shadow on your bottom lashes, and I have started and I won't ever stop. Yeah, let's stick with the same brush, the E18, and I'm gonna go into this Shell Yeah color. And I'm gonna start and just like bring it in on my outer corner. Not too much, just to kind of warm it up a bit. And my favorite shade in this palette is this middle shade. It's called Cocoa Crush. So I just take my finger. It's super soft, so be careful. But I'm actually gonna put that like all over my lid. For my inner corner, I will take this white shade here, put it in my inner corner. I think we need to jazz this look up a little bit. I am gonna do a liner, I think. I'm gonna do a brown liner. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics. It just says brown eyeliner. I've been really loving tight lining my eye right now. It's hard to do, so I'm going to like hunch down and do it. Okay, I'm not sure if you're able to really see the difference, but also my eye is watering now, but this eye I have tight lined and this one I have not. I do think that it just makes the world of difference. The liner look that I'm looking for is gonna be like a smokier look, so I'm actually gonna stick with this palette and I'm going to use this nutty color as a liner. So I'm gonna take a brush like this, just like a flat brush. This is the Morphe M432, and then I'm just going to smoke that along my lash line. So it kind of looks smoky like that. I'm not super great at liner. I used to do, I don't know how I did it. I would take like the liquidiest eyeliners when I was in high school, and I did a wing liner every single day. I don't know how I did it. I can tell you it probably didn't look that great every day, but I did it all the time. I was like liner queen. But hey, me in high school, I also used to take brown eyeshadow and just block in my brows, so who freaking knows. I really love like a little subtle wing. So I'm gonna take a thin angled brush. This one is the Morphe E29. I'm using all Morphe brushes apparently today. And I just will take that just so slightly, pull it out. And then I'll kind of smoke this. And I pull that out pretty far too. So I'll do the same thing on this side. I really like the way this looks. I think it elevates your look to just kind of do a little wing. I like the way it makes my eye look. So next I'm gonna put on my mascara. This is the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I like it. I don't know that I love it. I bought it because it was on sale, to be honest, so I'm using it. I did put my mascara on before I put on my lashes. My lashes tend to last a lot longer if I don't coat them with mascara, and I can reuse them for a longer period of time. I've watched myself put on mascara on video before because I've filmed this several times. I know it looks creepy. It looks creepy. I don't know why I do it this way. This is the way that I do it. I like keep my eye open, put it all the way down there, and then I blink into it. I'm also going to line my bottom waterline just with a nude shade. I used to use a white shade, and then I was watching a YouTube video of someone making fun of people putting white on their bottom lash line. So I have started using a nude. This one is the Elizabeth Mott Smooth Shadow Creamy Eye Pencil in Pearl. It does have a little bit of a pearl to it. I don't always do this, but I do have this other mascara that I like to use for my bottom lashes. This is the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Mascara in Total Black. So I use this one on my bottom lash line, mostly because the wand is so small and so nice that I can just like take it and actually... This other mascara wand is so gigantic. Like, the difference is like comical. So to get to my bottom lashes, I will use a smaller mascara if I have it. So I do want to do a lash, but half lash. So this has been my new favorite thing to do, is just do a little half lash. You kind of have to measure your eye. These ones I already cut. These ones are Ardell Demi Wispies. They usually have a number on it. This one doesn't. So maybe it's just called Ardell Demi Wispies. But I also like these ones. These are the Ardell 817, the faux mink ones. They're super nice. Mine fit right on like the outer corner of my eye, I think, and they look pretty natural, but they just bring the look in. I do have like this eyelash applicator. I'm actually not sure how much I like this. I've used it several times, but it's just like, I don't know. I can't get used to it. And maybe it's the one that I have. I just have the Ardell one, but I can never get it to work that well. I can't find my typical lash glue, so I'm going to use like this old one that I have. Hopefully it works. This is the Kiss one with aloe. I'm also so sad. I found an eyelash on the bottom of my sock the other day, and it's just like, oh, destroyed. Poor little guy. It was such a good lash too. Really bad about making noises at the same time that I'm talking. This is a super low tech setup. It's just for funsies, so that's the little half lash. It's not a full lash and you don't look like you're going overboard. It looks pretty natural, and I think it's really nice. Especially if you live somewhere. I feel like I watch so many YouTubers that live in LA, or they live somewhere where everyone is over the top all the time, which there's a time and a place, and I love to like have a full beat face, dress up, go out. But I feel like for day to day, sometimes it's just not realistic. I couldn't care less what people think about what I wear or what I should be looking like or should be doing. Like, I'm gonna pop on a lash if I like a lash, but I feel overdressed and uncomfortable sometimes when I throw on my craziest pair of lashes to like go to the grocery store. So okay, and then last thing, I think it's the last thing, is lips. So I really love MAC lip pencils. They're really great. I like a pencil. This is Spice by MAC. I like the ones that are like legit pencils. I think that they stay on better for me. My lips also hate a lip liner, so I'm going to put on a colored chapstick. This is a Fresh Sugar Honey Tinted Lip Treatment, but I typically put it on before I put on liner because it just helps. I slightly overline, but not that much at all, like really not that much. I mostly overline in between my Cupid's bow, and then I will slightly overline right outside and then pull it back in so that I'm lining on my lip closer to my mouth, if that makes sense. I will line my bottom lip, but I typically don't overline my bottom lip that much. That's about all I do. I do know some people that will color in their entire lips with a lip liner. I'm not gonna do that. I do want to do a pinker lip, so I'm gonna do that. This is like such a great lipstick by Revlon. It is their Revlon Super Lustrous Shine. This one is in the shade 020. It's Nude Illuminator. They are like they're like, this is the shade, super pretty. They are so glossy, so you can tell it's kind of like the same shade as my lip liner. I love a gloss, but sometimes I just like can't be bothered, especially if I'm like, I might put a mask on later. Like, I cannot put a gloss on right now. So this one, I feel like you don't need to wear a gloss with. Well, this is the finished makeup look, but I'm gonna go do my hair so it looks better. I'll be right back. I've been trying to do some cute Gen Z hair looks, so let me know if it's working, because I don't know. I completely forgot to put setting spray on. So this is my favorite setting spray if I'm wearing my makeup for a long time. This is Urban Decay's All Nighter. Let's put it on. This little fan is a lifesaver. I love it so much, and I do my makeup every day with it now. Okay guys, and that's the finished makeup look. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I have fun filming it. So if anyone liked any of the tips, if you care to see more, if you care to see makeup that's not too crazy, super wearable, easy tips, go ahead, like, subscribe, do whatever the YouTubers do, and I will see you next time. Bye.